Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to show you the top 3 reasons why chainsaws come in my shop that are not sending oil to the bar and chain. In today's video, I'll give you the top 3 reasons, and I will also give you some tips on how to avoid those problems. Okay, so even though I've got STIHL chainsaws here on my bench, what I'm going to talk about today applies to all chainsaws right across the board. Doesn't matter what make, model, whatever you've got. So the very first reason why chainsaws come into my shop that are not oiling the bar and chain properly is a plugged hole on the bar. So basically the plugged oiler hole on the bar gets plugged up with dirt. And that happens because people don't regularly maintain their saws. What I'm going to do is take off the bar on this one here because it is plugged, and I'll show you what that looks like, and I'll show you how to clean that up. So if you realize that your saw is not sending oil to the bar and chain, what you need to do is take the bar off. Now the symptoms you'll get if it's not being oiled properly is you're going to start seeing smoke from the bar and chain, and also the chain will get really tight and the saw will not be able to spin your chain over because it's just so hot. And you might see some discoloring at the bottom of the bar as well. You could even see some sparks, and you're going to notice that the chainsaw is losing power when you're cutting. So to get your bar and chain off, just take off the 2 nuts here. You might want to wear gloves doing this just so you don't cut yourself on the chain. And if you have ran your chainsaw and there was no bar oil getting to the bar and chain, what you might want to do is let it cool down first, because it will be extremely hot and you could actually burn your hands. So get the bar off. And the oiler hole on the chainsaw is located right here. Now, if your bar is on this way, on your saw, which it usually is, you can rotate it to wear it out evenly. But if it was installed this way on the saw, you want to locate the oiler hole on the back of it at the top, because that's where the oil gets in, not in the bottom on this side. If you had it on this way, then you go to the oiler hole on the opposite side at the top. And the reason for that is because the oil comes out of here and goes into that bar hole that I showed you at the top of the bar. So in this case here, the hole at the top on the back is plugged. This is the hole right here. Now if you don't have compressed air, you can clean it with a small pick. You can use a flat screwdriver to clean the inside of the bar groove right here. See the dirt that comes out of there? And when you clean your bar, always do it toward the back of the bar so you don't get that dirt in your front sprocket of the bar. But the ultimate best way to clean this oiler hole here is with compressed air, guys. And that's what I will do right now. Make sure you wear your safety glasses when you do this. Never take a shortcut for your eyes, guys. So here's the small hole. I'll just air blow that. Now you can actually see a hole in there. And that hole goes right to the middle of the bar where the groove is. And while you're at it, you might as well clean the entire bar. What I do is I line up the bar like this, and I blow all the dirt toward the back of the bar. Like I mentioned earlier, you don't want to be pushing dirt in your sprocket. And I'm going to clean the hole on each side. And also, if you have too much dirt in the groove of your bar, it will be hard for your chain to get properly lubricated. So just remember that plugged hole will usually indicate that the groove here is full of dirt as well. Now, before I get into the top 2 reasons, I just want to mention that it is good to use winter oil in the winter and vice versa, summer oil in the summer. Sometimes you can use all season in between the seasons. But if you try to use summer bar oil in the winter, it is extremely thick and thicker because it's cold, and it may not properly get in through the oiler hole on your bar. So that's extremely important as well. Just remember that. Summer oil in the summer, winter oil in the winter. Okay, so that was the #1 reason that I see why chainsaws are not properly oiling the bar and chain. The number 2 reason is usually a worn out worm gear, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. So an oiler worm gear is what drives the pump, the oil pump, to send oil to your bar and chain. I've already loosened up the clutch here on the saw to quickly take it off to show you guys. And that oiler worm gear is usually located behind the clutch. And on this STIHL chainsaw, I need to take off this washer over here. And here's the oiler worm gear. You can just pull it out. So what drives this oiler worm gear is that the pin here connects right in the hole of the sprocket drum right here. So when you reinstall your sprocket drum, if you have one like this, you have to make sure that you line it up to this pin. If not, it will not work. So that's part of the problem as well when I'm talking about worm gears here, is sometimes people take off the sprocket drum and they don't line things up properly. This will not spin, or if it does spin because it's being forced, it will snap the end of the wire here, the pin, and then it doesn't work anymore. And when you install your clutch drum, the sprocket here, I mean, there is a small notch right at the top of your sprocket drum here. There it is. And then you kind of have to look and make sure you line things up properly. I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen me do this in a lot of previous videos. Now, another issue that can happen with the worm gear is that the plastic part of it here will get all stripped, and then it won't spin your oil pump anymore. And again, by having the worm gear here, it'll spin like this. It'll drive your oil pump, thus sending oil right here to get into your bar. That's how it works, guys. Now, the oiler worm gear will vary from saw to saw, especially from STIHL to Husqvarna. They are quite different, but Husqvarna did use some with arms as well. They do have a lot of them that the sprocket has a notch and the worm gear has a notch, and it meshes together and spins the oiler pump. But again, guys, just a few tips here. Make sure when you reinstall your sprocket, if you have one like on the MS291, that you're lining up the pin to the slot on the sprocket drum. All right, so the third reason why saws come in my shop that are not oiling the bar and chain is because of a worn out or defective oil pump. And again, the oil pump is located right beneath the oiler worm gear. This is the oil pump on this MS291. Actually, this could be a 271, I'm not exactly sure, but they are quite the same. So when your oil pump isn't working, obviously, you're just not going to get oil going to your bar and chain. And usually what happens, what I've noticed over the years, is that the oil pump right here, so I can turn the small gear. This one turns easily. Sometimes this little gear here gets all seized up and you cannot turn it, thus stripping the grooves or threads on the oiler worm gear. So sometimes you might just replace the oiler worm gear just to have it fail shortly after because your oil pump is seized. So if you do replace this part, always make sure that the gear on the oiler pump is turning freely. And ask me how I know that, because I've made that mistake. So this one turns quite easily. And this one here, the pump was working on this saw before it was scrapped. This is just a part saw that I retrieved to show you this properly. Now, a part that is connected to the oil pump is the oil line that goes from the pump to the oil tank. I've sometimes seen those kinked in the tank and it was preventing oil from getting to the pump. But that was mostly on older saws. It seems like the newer saws, they've kind of engineered the oil line so it does not get kinked in the oil tank. And again, just make sure that your oil filter in the tank is clean. I seldom replace them. Sometimes I just pull them out and clean them, and that's all I need to do with the oil filter in the tank. But the top 3 reasons, guys, are the oiler hole, the worm gear, and the oil pump. These are the most common issues that I see. I do know there could be some other issues out there, like I said, the oil line kinking and all that stuff, but it's not as common as the top 3 reasons I just gave you today. Now, if you have a good chainsaw like a STIHL or a Husqvarna, I highly recommend that you buy the OEM parts if you're doing these repairs. So if you're replacing the oiler worm gear and the oil pump, go with the OEM if you can afford it. They are much much better quality. I've seen guys use the aftermarket ones and it was not long before they started having major oil leaks. And also the oil pumps, some can be good aftermarket, but I don't take a chance. I just throw on the OEM because I don't want a customer coming back. If you're a homeowner and you don't mind taking a chance with an aftermarket one, go right ahead and try it out. You can sometimes get a good one, but the quality will not be the same as if you get an OEM one. I hope this video has helped you guys. If I forgot to mention anything, please comment below. And again, thanks for watching and have a great day.